Okay, ready to go. Okay,
Yeah, why
thank
do
you.
my shoulders look like they're not like lined up? Isn't this weird?
No, it isn't. It looks like it's fine.
Okay,
That looks fine.
They look tilted.
I mean,
Okay.
considering you didn't know we were doing this, Lisa Moyle, you're quite presentable.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Anyway, so and now it's Nunhead American Radio.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! With
Can
Lewis
we
Schaffer.
woohoo if we're videoing?
Yeah, we
can
could.
still woohoo.
Well, we're gonna
Yeah.
just get used to this.
Okay.
We're looking at ourselves in the thing. Maybe that's
Yeah.
wrong. We shouldn't be looking at ourselves in the thing.
Well, we can experiment with the setup, but I think if we're looking this way, it's not going to be good for either of us. And our chairs
What,
aren't
this
set
way?
up that way.
Yeah. So how should we
So-
set up?
Well, let's play with it next week.
Okay, we'll see
Yeah.
how this
We'll
looks.
see how it goes because we only got one camera. If we had two cameras, we
Yeah.
could be looking at each
Well,
other.
I have to find out. I don't have the money to spend. I didn't want to spend. I have the money, but I don't. I
You
don't
do?
have the money.
What?
No, I
What?
don't.
Suddenly you have money?
If it's something important, I could spend it
Wow!
on. Obviously.
Wow! This is like big news. You have money.
The
When
people
you say
out-
you have money, how much money?
I don't have any money.
You just said you had money.
I don't have money, but I have money to buy a camera.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
You're
how
not
much?
as
How much
poor-
would a camera cost?
I don't know. You're the pro.
I don't know if I have money to camera. I'm trying to save up the money because I owe my national insurance for my pension that begins next week.
Oh, okay.
Next
Wow,
month-
big
next
news.
week.
That is big news.
That is big news, considering I didn't pay it for 12 years.
I thought they don't let you pay it in after a certain point. I'm
Exactly.
confused.
After a certain point, after the after April of next year, I think at a certain.
Oh, so you have until the April after you turn 65.
Yes.
This is good news. Big
Possibly.
news.
It is really big news. If I hadn't checked this out, I would be.
So what? Then they tell you how much you owe, how much in contributions you owe for all of your
For
gap
all
years.
of the 12 years that I did
Oh,
not pay.
and how much do you owe?
It's many thousands of pounds.
So you better forget that camera for a while and keep working.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's not. I'm actually doing it, which is like a shock. to
Yeah,
me.
well, I mean, a pension is a pension. You're probably like,
I would borrow money if I needed to, because there would be an additional.
who would you borrow from?
I would borrow from you, Lisa Moyle. I would at least ask you for it.
What kind of financial institution are you going to go to?
I would borrow it from my overdraft.
Okay, so your overdraft is that big? I'm learning so much about you today.
It's not big, but it's a little bit of it. It wouldn't cover the entire thing.
Do you remember the days when I used to read your alerts from your bank on air?
On the air, yeah, they were really bad times.
They weren't happy alerts. They weren't like,
No.
congratulations.
You are in
Mr.
trouble,
Schaffer.
Lewis Schaffer.
Anyway,
So,
wow.
You know, you forget how badly I was doing.
So check your pension status is the message here.
I would say check your pay. This is like you know what we could do? We could replace residences old
Oh,
age
yes, the
program.
pensioners one.
Do they have that? Are they still
Calling
doing
all
that?
pensioners. I
They
think
don't.
he passed away.
He did pass away, so maybe
Yeah,
we can.
but I
check
don't know
on
if another person took over. Actually, that's something we
Calling-
should check.
calling all
That was a very long-standing and much-loved show.
and much love show. We're very long standing. I don't know if we're much
We're
loved.
long-standing.
Calling all pensioners.
Selectively loved.
I mean, I don't want to sit there and like worry about pension issues, but I think
No, but you have to think about them. You're 65. You
I'm
have to think about-
65.
like you,
Yeah.
I will have pensions from 2 different countries.
Yes, that's amazing.
Yeah, but I've worked hard.
Well, are you saying that I haven't worked hard?
Well,
Lisa
you just
Moyle?
said you have to replace 12 years of not working. That's a clue.
No, 12 years of not filing it and not working. That's why I didn't file it.
Because you don't have to file here the way you do in the U.S. unless you're earning your income in particular ways.
That's a good
Everyone in the
question.
U.S. has to file a tax return.
Yes.
Every year.
Every year. So
Every year.
does my Carnegie, who's just starting out in life.
My son just filed his tax return, but he wanted to get his stimulus check.
From America.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying
Yes.
to get I was listed as his dependent, but I'm not his dependent. He's
Who?
my dependent.
Oh, right.
My son's dependent.
Well,
we
because
come
you
from an American
can
family.
claim them as dependents until an older age in the U.S., right? If they're in uni.
But he's not really my dependent. He's doing his own stuff.
I don't know. Don't ever admit too much about the IRS on air.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
That's the one paranoid thing I subscribe to.
Okay, I think I'm paranoid with you saying don't do that. They're probably looking at this and saying, well, what does Lisa Moyle have to hide? What does Lewis Schaffer have to hide?
You ain't gonna get much from us. Let's just make that clear.
Yes.
Go after the bigger fish.
Yeah, Donald Trump.
Yes, Donald Trump. Well,
Donald.
that's already in motion.
Yeah. But what were we saying? We were saying
So check your pension. basically. So you have until, according to you, and you tend to look this stuff up.
Yeah.
You have until the April after you turn 65. Correct?
I'm not sure about that.
You just made that up.
I have it until I turn 66.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I have it until the 20. I think
Till March.
Yeah, 2023, March,
Okay.
April.
So that's only a couple months away.
It's only a couple of months away. Yeah, it's a bit scary. I'm gonna
look into it if you haven't looked into it.
I'm gonna get my son to give me money. Am I wrong for taking money off of my son for?
Which one?
The youngest one who's working.
When you say take money, rent.
Rent.
Yes, I charge my son who's graduated from university.
Rent.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I think it's very reasonable.
I think what I'm doing is
I charge her £50 a week.
That is like 240 pounds.
Well, I charge him 200 a month, so I think of a week as 4 months.
Yeah, it's not though. You know it's not.
I know it's not exactly 4 weeks, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm giving him 3 free days.
I'm charging my son. I shouldn't say how much I'm charging my son because someone might get £300 a month.
Okay, I think that's very reasonable for someone who's not in education and they're working.
And I'm feeding him as well. Are you feeding your son as well?
Yes. Yes, he's often not in for dinner, but yes, I provide food.
Okay, so there you go. So we are good parents.
We're good
Lisa
parents.
Moyle,
We're
Lewis
teaching
Schaffer.
responsibility.
Anyways, this is the only radio show for Americans living in Nunhead, Southeast London. It's the only program for pensioners, possibly,
living
on
in
Residence FM. And we're doing something different. We're actually filming this thing. This is the first time we're filming. So if there's a bit of awkwardness going on.
So, I mean, actually, because we were our sub-theme, our trope for 2022/2023 was the March to Death. So actually the visual of aging of
not your march
to
death.
Your march to
My
death.
march.
Yeah, I'm not
go on.
interested in
Sorry,
that.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
you.
so I think maybe it's good to have a visual component of that.
Yeah, here's the visual.
Like we can check your neck. What's that called again?
That's turkey neck.
Turkey neck.
Turkey neck. What else can we check? What else is
hair in your ears? I don't see any.
No.
But you could pluck. You're vain enough
I
to pluck.
don't, but I would.
Nose hairs?
Nose hairs. What about hairy eyebrows?
Yeah, but your brows aren't out of control.
No. What about?
Did Rose used to pluck them for you?
No, she never plucked them.
She never did.
She would ask
That
me.
is hashtag fake news.
Fake news. She never did. I took care of myself. You know, you see those old guys, Lisa Moyle.
Yeah, you can tell they live alone.
Yeah, they live alone because they always miss this bit right here. They always got like scruffiness.
They don't have someone who can shave the back of their neck for them.
Back of the neck.
And
it's just the neck.
I'll tell you what the giveaway is. Sometimes their toenails are like insane.
Well, that's like mine. Mine are insane.
Your toenails disgusting?
Well, mine are post athlete's foot. That's one of the.
Okay.
You saw this and you said they're horrible.
I did, but I assumed you were going to take care of it.
No, because I would have to completely destroy every last bit of fungus in my entire body, which would wreak havoc on your body. And I haven't done research
Sorry,
on this.
I'm going to vomit.
Yeah, but you know how much fungus humans have in their body. We've got a lot of fungus. We've got a lot of bacteria.
Bacteria, yeah, but it doesn't have to grow externally on our feet.
It doesn't.
In order to sustain a balance.
Doesn't.
Where did you get this from? Oh my God, Lewis Schaffer.
Where did I get what from?
Post-diabetes fungus.
I know, it isn't. It's pre-diabetes.
Is this a new theory, or this is like something new you're subscribing to?
What theory do you think I'm subscribing to?
The fungus theory.
No, the fungus theory is a relatively new theory. It's 5 years old. It comes from the diabetes. Because if you Google foot fungus, diabetes, you will see the answer. It's
basically
sugar.
You're telling everyone that you have untreated foot fungus. How are you going to wear sandals?
I don't wear sandals.
How are you going to go to the beach?
I've got foot fungus. There's nothing I
Let's
can
do a hypothetical.
Yeah.
You get a new girlfriend who's not seen your feet before.
Yeah, and she's my girlfriend before.
Well, you're seeing a lady, whatever the progression is.
So you're saying
you have a new lady in your life.
She accepts me as her girlfriend, as her boyfriend.
No, she's dating you. And
so
then you get to the
we're
point.
in bed together. We're in bed. We've had a few bedtime experiences.
No, this is your first. And she catches her eyes, clap on your feet.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh my God, no." That could gross someone out permanently.
It could do that. So you think I should
Like, I
warn
could
them?
see if you had disgusting fingernails, and if you're not a sandal wearer, I'm not going to know what's going on with your feet until it's almost too late.
So what should I do, Lisa Moyle?
Get a pedicure.
It's not going to help it. Unless I paint it, I'll have to paint the nails over.
Whatever you have to do, you can do it. Women get pedicures. Why don't you tend to your feet?
But you know
anyway,
what,
we're talking about
lot of
those
these women-
those
Yeah.
unkempt men of a certain age.
Yeah, but let's finish
You're
on
very
this
well kept
because this is
here.
very important. This is here, very clean. The rest of me is. I'm just gonna say Lisa's not my girlfriend, so she
No.
has not seen how unkempt I am in other places. She has.
I cannot bear witness to that.
You've seen my toes, though. No,
I have, yes, I do remember that
Let's
now.
just educate the people from Lewis Schaffer's crazy ideas, so that you can say that's not true. I don't believe that, but you can Google it.
That's true of almost everything you say.
Google exactly.
My instinct is to not believe you.
I am not a
And I
doctor.
have
We
to
should
check.
preface the show by saying Lewis
Yes.
Schaffer's not a doctor.
Yes,
And this
you're a
show
desktop warrior.
is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, don't
But-
follow anything that's said.
I didn't say that. I said investigate yourself. I'm not responsible. But
Do your own research. That's what the guys say.
yeah.
I do my own research.
Well, actually, the doctors don't want you to, which bothers the
I
hell
do
out of
my
them.
own research.
Yeah, but would you stop interrupting me, Lisa?
Sorry.
Is that high sugar levels are related to all sorts of skin problems?
Mhm.
Obviously, they're related to everything,
Mhm.
and
Yes. Mhm.
including athletes.
So why do you still have the fungus then if you're not
I have
eating
the
sugar?
fungus because it gets in the toenail and it lasts forever. It's really impossible to get rid of, even when you know.
But your
other
toenails
methods.
never stop growing and you always cut them.
I do, and I think what I need to do is because my blood sugar level, I'm lowering it. It's taken a long time to get it down low. But already, there's no itchiness on my feet. I used to have very
Don't
bad.
say the word itchy on air.
Yeah, I used to have itchy
just
feet.
don't say it.
I used to have to use. I was.
Used
it was,
to use a cream.
But you know what? It was only the last 20 years that they've had a cream available. Before that, there was no cream available. You
A
remember
nice
this?
salt bath.
You tried everything. You know, Madonna was on TV talking about peeing on her feet for athlete's foot. She actually was on
Really?
like the Letterman show making
Was
a
this
joke
years
about it.
ago? What, that
Obviously
she did
years
that?
ago. That she did.
But she was a
yeah.
dancer. Maybe she had like sweaty,
Yeah, well, a lot of them. Yeah, because they're on a high carb diet. They're not eating meat. So,
Mhm.
so if you have foot fungus, it's a sign
Don't
of
tell
high
us.
blood sugar level.
Okay. So don't treat it, you're saying.
No, you can treat it, but you cut back. You know, because I went to the doctor and they said I told the doctor, my beautiful doctor, who's no longer there, Dr. Cliff. She gave me a prescription for 3 months worth of pills to kill all the fungus, to kill the fungus in my toes. But it wasn't just in my toes. It's every.
Don't travel
So
with us.
I have-
Don't give us a
Why?
body tour.
No,
Because
whatever
I
it
don't
goes.
want to talk about your other areas of fungus.
Lots of people have. Well, girls have fungus all the time. What do you think that horrible thing is? Girls have. You know. Okay. Sorry.
Ooh, let's go in another direction.
All right. Anyway,
Here we are.
Here we are. So it's Monday, the 21st of November. Oh my God, what's tomorrow? 22nd of November. Who died?
I don't know.
JFK died.
On the 22nd of November.
Yeah, because you're so young. I
Before
guess it's one of those
Thanksgiving.
things. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
It's like.
Where were you?
I was outside my house in Great Neck, my parents' house in Great
Mhm.
Neck. I was 6 years old, perhaps 6.5 years old, and
Did you hear shouts or something?
I just remember being outside there, and they said, you know, the president. I don't know who the president was, but somebody aboard that died. There were some people there. Just have an image of this, and I remember
Like neighbors or something.
like friends and neighbors. People used to play in the neighborhood because it was a nice place to live back then, and they let people out. They weren't on the computer all the time.
Yeah, those were nice days.
Yeah, those are really good days. And what happened was and then it sent my mother into a manic depressive
Did she
cycle.
Oh, really? What, after that?
After that, that's what they blamed it on. They were like Kennedy lovers.
I thought she had mental health issues your whole life.
I don't remember it happening before.
Oh, in your mind it starts with JFK.
In her mind, it started.
Oh,
with
in her
JFK.
mind, so that triggered.
It triggered it. I'm not saying it did. I'm saying it was
Yeah.
mentioned as an orphan thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't remember if there was episodes before then.
Yeah.
And
Well, you probably were too young would have been too young to recognize.
to recognize it or remember it.
Yeah.
But also, it was a traumatic thing. But also, it should be noted that Google.
Were your parents Democrats?
Of course, they were Democrats. I was a Democrat. I was a total left-wing person. What do you think? I just was born a right-wing fascist.
No, I realized that it was a development project.
I was like you, Lisa.
Yeah,
I've
because you went to
changed.
Bard College.
I went to Bard College. I was like a commie. You know, I believe it was I still, there's a lot of the principles I still have. You know,
just put them in real
I'm against huge enterprises. Okay, I was against huge enterprises then, and I thought it was putting like small businesses out of business, and I thought that they were taking over the world.
Centralization of capitalism.
Yes, and I'm still against that. I'm against centralization of government as well. I thought you needed a big government to counterbalance the big business.
Yes, because they were the only one. You could only tackle it at that level.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought we need big government but now I know that they're in it together. The two of them are like peas in a pod. Horrible. Do you agree with that, Lisa Moyle?
I do agree with that in some aspects.
Oh, in some aspects.
Yes, I certainly do. I think that...
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Oh. We've agreed. That's a good look for you. Do that again.
But you know what? We can't have a show if we agree on too many things.
So I ran into some of our Americans last night. I was out with some of our Americans.
Yeah, which Americans did you run into?
Adori, she was singing.
Adori, hold on a second.
Hold on my phone so you can keep talking.
Okay, go on.
So I ran into some of our American community last night. So Adori was singing in the gallery on North Cross Road. And
at the gallery. What's the gallery?
You know that little gallery on the corner of North Cross Road where
they
the
art gallery.
The art gallery where they always have changing exhibitions.
I don't know now. I don't go down there too often.
Anyway, she's
got
an
East Village. That's
East
not
Village.
So,
and she was singing. It was amazing.
And did she apologize for unfriending me?
No.
No.
No. She disagrees with you strongly. Is that a word? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you unfriend somebody?
I unfriended you.
Yeah, do you unfriend somebody?
I unfriended you. I can say this because she'll never watch this. I didn't unfriend her. I muted my great aunt because I found her positions unbearable.
Again, and this is the problem with I hate to say this is a left and right thing.
No, but there are different social media channels that I use for different purposes. For me, like Facebook, it's not really a thing. It's like where I might look at the pictures, of a friend's kids or grandkids or partner or night out or holiday or whatever. That's what Facebook is to me. It's not something, like, I don't post a lot about my personal life, but I like looking at graduation pictures, whatever. I don't want to have people's political news on Facebook particularly.
Because it's a family thing.
Well, it's just, like, if I want to look at right-wing loonies, I'll just go to Facebook. I've got a place for that. If I want to Twitter. If I want to,
you never
do something
respond to me on Twitter.
You don't say anything to me on Twitter, and I don't follow you on Twitter.
You don't follow me on Twitter. How can you not follow me on Twitter?
So that is so we can maintain a friendship. So I am insulating myself from some of your crazier aspects of thinking.
I think that there's something really, I don't even know how wrong that is, but it's something very wrong.
There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people say if you want to control your Twitter experience, block all the people that you find revolting, block people that you find violent. Block people that threaten you with violence or acts of sexual violence, which is something women get a lot. Block people from.
Do they do that? Do they say I'm going to come over and do this?
Yeah, but I don't really post on Twitter. I post some work stuff.
So you post on Facebook for family things, yes. Twitter for political.
I don't really post on any social media because that's not how I like to conduct my political life. That's a personal opinion.
Your political life is done behind closed doors where you block your friends.
No.
That's what you do.
Behind closed doors.
It is. It's privately.
I act on my political beliefs in
and
a variety
then you tell
of
them.
ways.
And you know how bad that is.
Why is that bad? I'm not forcing my politics down your throat.
You are.
I am? By not agreeing with you.
By not agreeing with me, yeah. Yeah, in a way. By having a separate opinion.
That is very much a right.
Remember, you're a woman and you're not supposed to have opinions.
Exactly.
So we're on Twitter. So could they look for you on Twitter? Could the people look for you?
I am on Twitter, yeah.
Oh, jeez. I forgot, because we're doing this show a little differently. We're filming it, and I'm forgetting it's like a real show. We're doing 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So this might not... So this is week 6. So we're going to be repeated on the Saturday the 26th of November. And
which is after Thanksgiving. What did you forget?
I forgot to ask Chukway to come on the show.
How many years have we been having Chukway on for a Thanksgiving brew?
Well, we'll ask him. We'll ask him next week.
We'll have to do it after.
Make a note to call up Chukway. Chukway is our, he is...
a member of our Native American
He's an actual full-on
Indigenous
Indian person.
Yeah.
I don't think he's doing that well. He had type 2 diabetes and there's a high carb diet, and I'm afraid to contact him because I haven't heard from him. Okay, so this is week 6 of Lewis Schaffer's, what do we say, March to Death. Lewis Schaffer's calendar. We've go over my calendar.
Yeah. See what you got on.
And it's also Calling All Pensioners, Part 2, which we've taken over the name.
Because we've thrown in a little bit of free pension advice.
Actually, this looks better. I think we're bigger in the thing.
Okay.
We're doing it, but for people who came in late, we're also filming this thing as well, which you'll be able to find on maybe on my YouTube channel. Okay, or maybe we'll set up another YouTube channel.
And I'm just going to detour back to something. Or am I not allowed to do that? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was just going to say the one time in the 2016 election where I posted some particular views about healthcare and the Affordable Care Act and blah, 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 blah. One of your weirdos in your community, who I will not name, said something really disgusting to me.
Oh, yeah, I remember that guy.
So don't talk to me about
He's not in my community. Nobody has a community. You have a family. He's not my family. Anyway, so today is the anniversary of the day, speaking of family, in 1995 when Princess Diana admitted on TV to cheating on her husband, who's now King Charles III. Did you know that? That was 27 years ago.
What's that?
So, if you want to find us, we're on Nunhead Radio on Twitter, at Nunhead Radio, or that's Nunhead Radio, or Lewis Schaffer, at Lewis Schaffer, and forget about Lisa Moyle. Okay, so...
she maintains a certain distance.
So this is week 6, right? Week 6, and I wanted to say what's going on, which is... I was just on TV last night on Headliners on GB News.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, with another woman.
Oh, really? They had a woman on?
They had a woman on.
When you say another woman, you mean in addition to me?
In addition to you.
Okay. So there's 2 women who I've appeared with.
Because a lot of people think that I'm like a misogynist and I hate women.
You're saying you let her on air with you, so that's a sign of your lack of misogyny.
I didn't have any choice, but I was sitting next to her.
So that's actually a sign of nothing.
I didn't take offense at her
presence. Okay.
Presence.
Yeah.
There.
You can really escape that misogynistic label easily. Yeah.
So here is the news. The news of my week.
In addition to you sitting next to a woman on television.
I'm on television. That's pretty big news. That I was on. That they asked me GB News.
I thought they asked you a lot. I thought you're one of their faves.
I don't think that I am. Oh. I don't feel like I am.
They're not giving you enough attention.
No, there are 3 of them that are like working relentlessly. Nick Dixon.
Don't know.
He's brilliant, and Leo Kearse.
Met him, yeah.
He's brilliant, and Josh Howie.
Josh Howie, I know who he is.
He's brilliant.
And
Stephen Allen.
Oh, Stephen Allen.
He was hosting the show last night.
Is he a comedian?
These people, they're brilliant. They're very funny. They have something in common. They're funny. They're consistently funny.
Who was the woman?
They're adult. They're
professional. They work hard.
And the woman is Miri Elia.
I don't know her. Do I know her?
I don't know. I'm in love with this woman.
Oh.
I'm like in love with her. She's like you, Lisa. She's like a married. I mean, you're not married, but you're post-married. But
so she's divorced, or
she's married. She's married with 2 kids. So there's not a chance. I don't go there. know? Do I go there? I don't go there.
No, you don't go there.
I don't go there. I don't.
I mean, you went there once, but.
With one. Yeah. I didn't know that she was separated at the time. I thought I didn't think that much about it. Now I wouldn't have gone there.
Interesting.
And even though was a very valid person.
A very valid person for a woman, or just in general. What's a valid person?
She was okay to go out with.
Oh, okay. Fair game.
Not fair game. I'm saying she was fair game, but she was somebody who brought a lot to the party and caused me no trouble.
Oh, well, that's your definition of the perfect
Made no
woman.
Accusations.
And she just went quietly into the night when it was done.
Into the night, she went quietly into the 6 foot into the
and said nothing about your foot fungus.
Into the grave. Into the grave.
Don't.
Oh, sorry.
Don't
suggest that. Yeah, I'm making a joke about it. But so the good news is I've got nothing going on except for I'm appearing on GB News Tonight for Free Speech
Two
Nation.
nights in a row.
But it's a different kind of program. This program is with Andrew Doyle.
Oh, yes, I'm familiar with that.
It's about free speech, of which I think I'm almost a free speech absolutist. You're not a free speech absolutist.
No, I'm not an absolutist, no.
Yeah. Do you think Donald Trump should be allowed back on Twitter?
Well, I think what he did was egregious enough that he should not be allowed back on. But I would use the permanent ban button.
You would.
Very infrequently.
But should he be allowed back on?
Well, he is going to be allowed back on.
No, I'm asking you.
I don't think he should, no. But I also think people who say they're going to harm you. Like if someone walked up to me, I was having this conversation the other night. If someone walked up to me on the street and said, I'm going to do this, this, and this to you and threaten me with violence, I would immediately call the police.
Yes.
And I would expect the police to take
action. And what
action.
did he say? He actually said, I'm with you, protesters, now go home. That's what he said.
No, he has actually supported violence, not just on that occasion, on many occasions, against journalists, against people he doesn't agree with.
Yeah.
I don't think that should be tolerated.
Okay, we can talk about that in a bit.
That's a separate thing, but
we can talk about that in part 2.
Yes, I don't believe in free speech so much that someone should be able to walk up to me in the street, look me in the face, and threaten me with violence.
No, that's against the law. That's not free
so
speech.
why is it allowed?
Because he didn't say that, really. He didn't say anybody.
He has on a number of occasions.
He didn't say we should overthrow the government.
His mob on many occasions. Go kick that guy.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he does. It's on
tape,
Lewis.
Do you know what, Lisa Moyle? I'm looking at you, Lisa Moyle, at the camera. You are going to have to prove that because that's not true.
I will bring proof next week.
And I'll bring proof next week.
You bring your proof, I'll bring my proof.
Next week.
Next week is the proof episode.
Okay. So,
so you're on Free Speech Nation.
So I'm on TV tonight. This is tonight, Sunday, for airing tonight. It's going to be it's live.
And I mean, I won't name names, but a lot of people on that show block people all the time on Twitter.
Well,
all the time.
Yes.
Your Free Speech Nation people do it all the time.
I never do.
No, you don't because
I'm used to. I like people
paying attention. You like a lot of attention.
I like people a lot of attention. Okay, so this has been the first section of the show. We're going to move on to the second section, which is because we're filming this. While you're listening to this on Resonance FM, you can know that
the extended version. This is like the extended version.
Yeah, it is. This is the Patreon version. Maybe you can get some money out of it.
Ooh, that's OnlyFans.
Yeah. Maybe this can be on OnlyFans.
Again, I interviewed him this week.
What, the guy from the OnlyFans guy?
Yeah, one of the senior leadership team.
Oh, okay. We're going to hear about that. Wow, that's very interesting. Anyway, so I want to apologize to the Nation of Trinidad. Oh, we want to apologize.
You, not me.
Okay.
I owe them no apology.
No, it's we. We're in this together. More apologies.
I very much like Patricia.
To the Nation of Trinidad and Tobago. Sorry, Patricia. And thank you to Richard Gardner Crockett for adding so much content to this show over the years.
We miss them.
Did
you invite them to do one of the comedy shows in the next few
I
months?
haven't asked them. I will ask them. That's a good point. Yeah. I want to thank you to Ed Baxter,
I already
Thomas,
know some people who are attending.
Steve Harris. Okay, that's good. Steve Parry for cooking up with this idea. Neil McLennan. I hope you're still living. If you're still living.
Don't you Google him from time to time?
I owe the guy money. That's maybe why.
Have you Googled him?
I do Google him. I stopped Googling. I just Googled him all the time.
Did you block him on Twitter?
I did not block him on Twitter. He's a lovely guy, and I owe him money.
A lot?
For me, maybe...
Is it over 3 digits?
3 digits. I mean, with 3 digits with the points. With the point. Anyway, so we're gonna stop right now, and this has been our best half-hour show that we've done. And it's going to be really.
We covered a lot.
We did cover a lot. And we had some. And we basically.
We agreed. We had a moment of agreement.
We did, but I think what people want to see is they want to see more. I don't know if they want to see disagreement, but they want to see that it's a balanced program. That's all these British shows are all about balance. That you have.
So now we're doing balance.
I don't like balance, but I think it's very important for British people. Okay, it's been our best show ever, I would say. Okay, best show ever.
Are you about to hit me?
Oh, shush. We're taking...
Sure.
We're keeping going.
Okay. Well, then why did you do that? You could have just kept going and just stopped that one.
No, I don't want to stop this one. This one is recording the sound better.
Oh, I see.
Though the sound might come out quite good.
We won't know until after we do it.
We won't know. This is the first time we're doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we don't have to say welcome back because they've been listening for the entire thing.
I just think it's such a shame your heat's on. I'm touching your radiator. Why is it
Is
on?
that what you call it?
There's no fungus here.
Well, why do you think this is on? We can talk about that, Lisa.
So wasteful. I think
Why
we
do you
both
think
agree
it's on?
that energy should not be wasted. 2 points of agreement today.
Well, why do you think?
Because the council has switched it on, I'm guessing.
The council
you have no control.
keeps it on.
Yeah.
I would have to turn it off.
I mean, maybe because it's been so damp and did you read that really sad story about that kid who died from mold?
He did. It was a
So,
sad thing.
some of these buildings are super moldy. And it's been so damp, so you almost have to have the heat on to keep the mold down, maybe?
Right.
I don't know.
I was thinking in my own kids' home, they had a bit of mold.
Did they? I didn't know that. Do you know, a friend of mine
I didn't
lives
know that
in
mold was
Florida.
that bad.
I know he had been very unwell, like different things, for over a period of time. And in his office building, they discovered black mold in the ceiling, which apparently is really bad.
It's really bad. Black mold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really a mold expert. It feels like something you would be, like, dabbling in.
Well, I'm going to say
I
this.
feel like you would be dabbling in mold.
Mold. I'm on diabetes and uric acid, which is gout. That's where my head is at. I'm also moving into grounding, which is walking barefoot. I'm into sun.
I'm into sun.
Okay.
And I was into my kids walking barefoot, as in
you
not
were.
putting them in shoes for as long as possible, and only when absolutely necessary.
Well, that has to do with the shape of your foot, which is probably important.
And it has to do with building up the muscle in your feet.
Yes, but I'm thinking for a different thing, which is we were wearing rubber soles, and that is bad for our
this is new.
for the electricity going into
I like the
the
way
thing.
you said moving into. I like it. So you haven't moved into mold yet.
No.
But that story was so sad.
Well,
So sad. Like
Yeah.
I have a friend who goes into a lot of council's house,
Yeah.
in the course of her work.
Right.
And some of them are just in the most shocking condition. Like really shocking. I'm not talking like someone who's messy. I'm talking things that are beyond their control.
Yeah,
things
with things
like
falling.
mold and falling apart and, infestation of, critters and stuff. And it's just horrendous.
So what
to
should be
me.
done about that, Lisa Moyle?
There has to be a better way to compel the council to. I mean, it's to private tenants, just to be clear, or can be much, much worse. Like I've had some shockingly bad since I've been renting.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, it's been a real eye opener.
But what
into
happens?
how much they get away with.
What happens when you live in a place where they don't take care of those things? What happens? You move.
It's not. You say that like it's easy. It's not easy.
It isn't
particularly
easy
in
to
this
move. I tell you what
market.
makes it real.
And tenants have very few rights here, and there's very limited housing stock. So it's not like a free market where people are just going to go, "Oh, you're so bad, I'm going to move somewhere else." And for council tenants, they have very little control.
They have no control because they pay so little rent, so there's zero incentive for them to move. Secondly, they have zero incentive to move because they pay so little rent.
Yeah, but that's the only place where you're going to actually have, safe in terms of your tenancy, housing in this country.
Yeah.
When you pitch families out of their house, and you can do that with 2 months' notice in this country with no reason whatsoever, not only are you, obviously creating difficulty in the short term, you are upending people's educational arrangements, people's childcare arrangements, people, the way they construct their lives to make it all work. So, it's not just a simple thing. So people stay in those houses because that's what they can afford. So they shouldn't be
if they were
punished
parking,
by death.
if they were paying market rates, if everyone were paying market rates, there'd be other market rates apartments available, which they could move into just as easily.
True. You don't really see that in other markets. The only place you really see people being adequately protected, and I know you don't like to hear this, is through very strong regulation.
No, I disagree with that. Make a note. We're making a note that Lewis Schaffer disagrees. The regulation has actually caused more problems than they've helped. We need a free market with houses. Okay, so what are we done with that? That's a very
let's pass that.
It's
Let's
a very
go beyond that.
irritating.
I just think it's very sad. That story about the killer mold was very sad.
I think it is
and
sad.
I would just assume that you would be a mold, researcher.
Person.
Yeah,
Well,
I think you'd be into mold.
I am into mold. I've got mold on my toes. Mold
Like
is
I look at
is
you
not
and I
this-
think here's someone who's gonna have some thoughts on mold.
It's an interesting question. Okay.
That could be a new area for you to explore.
Yeah.
When you're post diabetes, maybe you could go fully into mold.
And I could say that it's a serious thing. You don't realize once I've told everyone about diabetes and sugar.
You're close.
And
I think you're pretty close because whenever I speak to someone who knows you, they're like, oh yeah, is he still into diabetes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's good about this is because we're doing this on the TV, people can actually see how great I look.
But then you'd have to show the before picture.
Okay, maybe we can intersect that. I haven't used. I mean, you know what I should do? I should get. I'm gonna have to get.
I have some photos of you. You know that one where you had your button was pulling open.
Yeah.
Do you want me to share that one?
We can put that up possibly. No, you're gonna give the people an expectation that we're gonna say, oh, take a look at the picture.
So I was telling you, I saw some. I wish I could remember some of our Americans last night.
Oh yeah.
I saw American Becky, who I haven't seen in a very long time. We should have her on.
I did call her recently.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, and she and her boyfriend told me you look like someone, and it wasn't one of the usuals.
Oh, you haven't remembered?
No, it doesn't come back to me. I'm hoping
Eugene Levy? They've been told they look like Eugene Levy.
No, but I can see that. He's got much heavier eyebrows than you.
Yeah, I think that's the eyebrow thing.
Because I immediately went, oh, George Clooney, he loves that one, and they went, no.
No.
That's what I'm trying. Hopefully it will come to me now that I've said it out loud.
Yeah.
But she did ask after you.
Okay, she did. Well, so if you're out there and you right underneath the thing,
yeah.
This is what you say. Comment, who does Lewis Schaffer look like? Who does Lisa Moyle look like? Who does Lisa Moyle look like besides the most beautiful woman in the world?
Oh,
to me.
You have to put that little qualifier.
That's what they do on the YouTube.
At the end.
On the YouTube.
They say to me, the YouTube.
On the YouTube.
This is like, yeah.
They say write down comments. Comments and questions below.
Mm-hmm.
No, when the YouTube, you don't watch enough YouTube videos, but they was.
No, I mean I do watch YouTube videos sometimes when I need to know how to do something.
Right.
Like I always watch. This is a little bit embarrassing. The same YouTube video to remind me how to change the printer cartridge.
Well.
I do it and then I forget because it's not like something you do a lot.
Because it's in symbols. You got to press this till it moves there, then you got to lift it up.
You can never really tell which way everything's meant to go.
Meanwhile, you lose a finger or two and the thing goes right.
Going back and forth.
Yeah.
So yeah, YouTube is amazing for that.
Right. Well, I do that whenever I sew anything. There's a stitch that I've learned on how to sew things. And it's
how much sewing have you been doing?
Whenever something rips like this, right? Rips
you're
like
sewing
that.
your clothes.
Yeah, I sort of. I sort of.
That's good.
Yeah. Whenever something's ripped like this, right? And your natural tendency is to turn it upside down and then to sort of sew these two things together right up top. So you're making loops on top.
Yeah.
Like that.
On the seam.
On the seam that you're sewing together.
Yeah. You're not meant to do that?
No. But you put your hands together. I'll show you what you need to do. Put it closer so we can see. Remember on the TV. And is what you do is you.
So this is the seam of my jeans.
This is the seam of your jeans. You sew it a little bit in, right?
Away from the edge.
From the edge.
So you have to sew big.
Then you go across. Then you go up. Then you go across.
Oh, like a box stitch.
Is that what that's called?
Is that a box stitch? I'm trying to remember back to home ec.
And then you go up and back and up and back. And then you pull it tight and it makes a nice even row.
Ooh, listen to you.
Yes.
Next time I need some sewing done, I know where I'm coming.
Yeah, no, you're not. I'm not your beta provider.
No, I meant to show me.
To show you how to do it. I'm just saying.
Show me.
You can look on the YouTube.
Teach a man to fish.
You can look on the. I'm saying.
I know. So those things. So I can only do very simple things. Like if I have to follow instructions.
You don't watch any feminist videos.
What are feminist videos?
I
like to think of it as
Housewives
videos.
of Beverly Hills.
Do they give sewing tips?
No.
I feel like they wouldn't sew themselves.
That's actually there's a bit in there, a comedy bit of like what do women look at? What are like I look at my anti-women videos.
Right.
Right.
Yes,
my MGTOW videos.
Yes.
My.
I thought you told me they weren't anti-woman. Well, you just
some
labeled
of them
as such.
No, I look at them for the anti-women content.
Why?
Because
does that make you feel excited?
No, it doesn't make you feel excited. It's just like warning. It's warning. Women are this. They're bad.
Oh, right. This is your
it's
alert system. This is what women will do to you.
Yes,
and you wonder how these men get groomed online.
They're not groomed
radicalized.
Online. No.
Yeah, you're one of the radicalized.
No.
Actually, you are one of the. Maybe we could. The next series after we finish your death, can be the de-radicalization of Lewis Schaffer?
Like teaching me to trust women.
We could call it that. Lewis Schaffer trusts women.
When did de-radicalization? When was I radical? I thought I was radical.
Yes, you have been radicalized by this whole MGTOW.
Well, what about 20 years ago when I went through that horrible, painful divorce? Remember that? Or even
yes, but then you were focused in a different way. You were
on
still
a
very
personal,
much. You were very bitter and angry. Yes.
And who was I angry at? One person. What's the difference now? Now I'm angry
at all women.
Now I'm angry at.
So you're making the case where you need to be de-radicalized.
No, that's not what it is. It's not.
You had one bad breakup. We all have a bad breakup.
I had two.
What was the second one?
I had my Me Too moment.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That was quite awkward.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm not saying that women are bad.
No, you just like to watch videos about them saying they're bad.
No, I say that women.
I need to leave in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so actually you've done
no,
basically done a confession here. You watch what you called, not me, anti-women videos.
Well, you know how I am.
I don't watch anti-men videos.
What do they call what that is? What do they call that when I'm hyperbolic? I'm hyperbolic.
You've been groomed.
No.
You have been groomed.
No.
Yes, you need to be deprogrammed.
I haven't been groomed.
You need to be deprogrammed.
Groomed is when they're contacting me. I don't.
You contact them.
I've got to
self-groomed.
I've got to go on the phone. Hey, this is Jerome. I'd like to talk to you about how bad women are. I don't want to know.
You do it online.
I look for myself.
You read these mutants who are talking about how they can't have sex with women, and you're like, oh yeah.
I just think women are.
I think you watch it because you feel like you're more successful than them, romantically.
No, I don't think I am more successful. No, you're conflating my group of people, or people who are saying women are different.
I thought you didn't have groups.
I don't. Whatever, the people that my core belief, which is women are different than men, and they need to be
managed.
No, you can't. No, my group isn't even manage them. There's another group that's to manage them. I don't even believe in managing. I think you're just too independent and too difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I just think just that women are different than men, and they're capable of bad things. So stay away from them.
Oh, okay.
That is my group. Stay away from romantic attachments. Because my natural tendency is romance. It is. Well, what do you think?
You're gonna have to sell me on that.
What do you think our relationship is, except my romance for you, for a married woman with 4 kids?
I'm not married.
You're not married anymore. That makes it even worse. At least you had an excuse. You could say you were married. Okay, so we got 3 minutes left of this. If you've got to leave. How did this go? Let's talk about how this went.
Yeah, it wasn't as awkward as I thought it was going to be.
We'll have to look at the thing. It looks like we could maybe fix the lighting in a way.
Yeah, I think we could have better lighting for sure.
Okay.
I'll be more prepared next time because I'll know this is, Like normally I just come over here in my Sunday wear.
Yeah, because you don't care about me. That's what it is. That's what they say in my groups, that you women stop caring.
And what about men? Do men ever have any issues or faults in these little subgroups?
That's for your group. No, that's for your group.
Oh, I see.
No, they actually
there's no
do.
Self-reflection in
it. It's all self-reflection. They say, how could the guy do with that? How did he do that? Why did he do that? Who does he think he is to do that? He can't get away. It's like what's happening with that guy who's like whenever like Harry Styles.
What's happened to Harry Styles?
He was like hanging out with that Olivia, what's her name?
Yeah.
Who's
the director.
The director, and how he was. I don't know. Nothing bad happened to him.
Oh, okay.
Nothing bad. He got a job out of it. He kind of did what the women do in Hollywood. Is they have sex with the director, the producer.
Right.
Sometimes
you mean like
that
those
happens.
times when they're compelled to do that?
Yeah. So do you think Harry Styles was? So you're saying he wasn't compelled? How do you
I don't know.
I
don't even know anything about this story.
Harry Styles was having a thing. You know about the guy. He had a thing with.
I know.
And then she put him in the movie.
Yeah.
And then the movie's over. He breaks up with her. So maybe he was compelled.
Oh, I see. So
why can't he be compelled?
I don't know. I guess he could be.
Okay, so look for us on Nunhead Radio, maybe on Schaffer Lewis on Instagram.
Oh, is that new?
No, I haven't used it.
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna have to have it because people are contacting me on my Facebook page. And I don't want them on my Facebook page.
You don't.
I just only want the people on my Facebook page, people I know.
That's how I feel about
Yeah.
Facebook. Like on Twitter, anyone
Who I've
can
met.
follow you. I
Yeah.
know nothing about them, but I would never accept someone on Facebook that I didn't know.
No, I don't.
ever.
And then one girl got upset. She got upset and she said, "Well, why won't you friend me?"
Because
And I say-
you were using Facebook as your like comedy page, weren't you?
But to my friends, wasn't my.
Oh, I see. So, it
So
wasn't like.
so everybody on Facebook
Yeah,
is
see,
somebody
what
that I know.
about TikTok? Are you on TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok. No. Should we be on TikTok? I would hate to give them money because
Too
it's
much
such.
energy.
What about maybe we'll make reels out of this? Do you think there's anything funny out of this? Maybe.
I don't know. You're the professional in this area.
I'm not. I don't remember what's happened. I don't know what we've discussed.
Anyway,
Anyway.
you're on GB News tonight, so that's
GB
funny.
News. Oh, Shawnee Sean.
Oh,
Shawnee
is he
Sean.
bad?
Yeah, well,
How
he
is
said something
he?
very interesting, Shawnee Sean.
How is he?
He said.
Where's he been?
said. I've got to find out what he said.
Oh.
But he said this. He said
You've got quite a
this.
few messages from him. I thought you hadn't heard from
Good
him.
evening, full of life host Lisa, and
Oh.
devoid of vivacity
Aw,
co-host
he's
Lewis.
back.
This is what Shawnee Sean wrote.
Sorry.
I really enjoyed catching up on the March Towards Death series of NAR, National Nunhead American Radio. For what it's worth, I feel well represented by listener representative Laura Synthesis, and her suggestions for the show.
Oh, when we had the improvement episode.
Yes,
He
and
looks
I-
forward to improvements.
Looks forward to improvements. Please, can we have a midterms election dissection and what difference it makes?
Yeah,
It
of course
cle-
we can.
It's clearly unlike the one-off election in the UK, but I'd like to know the effect it'll have on Joe Biden's second half agenda. What-
Shawnee Sean's giving us so much credit for our analysis here.
Yes, and we forgot all about it. Didn't read it. I don't think we've got time
Next
to talk.
episode.
Next episode.
Because we're proving, what are we proving next week? Oh, why Donald Trump should be banned from Twitter.
Why Donald Trump should
Although I read actually his Truth Social contract prevents him from going back on Twitter actually. I don't know if that's true.
Oh yeah. I mean, I imagine
Like I
my
always
guess.
has.
My guess is that Elon Musk. If I were Donald Trump, I would say to Elon Musk, "Listen, I need some money for being on Twitter." And Elon Musk might think it's worth 20 million, 30 million pounds, dollars to be on Twitter. That's my guess.
Once a grifter, always a grifter.
That's not a grifter. Grifting means
The
is that a
guy
bad
is
thing?
disgusting.
Is that a bad
He
thing?
is a repulsive human in every possible
You know
way.
what? We needed him.
We
He
didn't
is.
need
He
him.
is a repulsive person. I admit that. I never liked him in New York. You know that. I don't
Everyone
like him
in New
now.
York hated him.
Everybody in New York hated him, but
With good
he was
reason.
totally needed to shake up the thing. I don't like him now. He's not needed now. We've got other people who will do the job. I hope, and won't sell out the people, the working class. Okay, thank you, Laura Synthesis. And what else do we
Welcome
need to
back,
say?
Shawnee Sean.
Welcome back, Shawnee Sean. Okay, don't get up yet.
Oh.
We got to figure out how to do this. So smile. Comments and questions below.
We'll get back to you.
And like the channel. Okay, hold on a second. Whoops.
Is it stopped?
It hasn't stopped yet. Okay, that was 48 minutes basically.
No. That was a long time.